What is that? Carlos, Wambasan, and Tracy. It's tomorrow. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, July the 30th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some writ hearings this afternoon. We do not have a court reporter. If you're requesting a court reporter, your case will be reset for a later date. I did have the individuals in the courtroom. We did swear them in earlier, so they've all been sworn. First case I'm going to call is C-3420. C-3420-24J, State of Texas versus Richard Martinez. No habla inglés, ¿verdad? Okay. Hang on just a minute, Jaime. Let me get my interpreter right here.
Sure, Judge.
Your client is Spanish speaking.
All right.
Ready, Adrian? Okay, you may proceed, Jaime.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, my client, Mr. Martinez, is before this court on account of theft with a $25,000 bond and possession of controlled substance with a $50,000 bond. He is a U.S. citizen, Judge. This is a situation, however, where he grew up, in all honesty, primarily in Reynosa, Mexico, and most of his family does reside there. I did ask him specifically if he were to obtain release in some form or fashion, could he reside here in the United States? First of all, as I mentioned, he's a U.S. citizen. He does have extended family, like uncles and cousins that do live here. Specifically, there's, I believe he mentioned a cousin in La Villa, an uncle in Far, extended family members where he could reside if the court put that restriction on him. At this particular point, Judge, he's 18 years old. He does, from what I reviewed, I did not see a prior criminal history in this county, at least anyway. I don't have the full benefits of the NCIC, TCIC, but obviously due to his youth, I would assume that's pretty clean record. This is not violent offenses that we see before this honorable court. He does have very, very limited financial means. I mentioned he is primarily a resident of Mexico and does financially struggle with his family, and these two bonds that he has are currently beyond his financial means. I am an indigent appointed counsel. What we'd be respectfully requesting, Judge, would be consideration of a PR bonds on each of these with perhaps AIP, some sort of monitoring where he doesn't need to be held in county, but we can keep an eye on him anyway. So that's what we're asking for today, Judge. We feel that that would be fair and just pending resolution of these charges.
All right. What says the state?
Judge, we're recommending reduction for the drug offense to $10,000 cash and surety, but we wanted to leave the theft charge as it is, just because we are having more issues with those theft of the vehicles, but we'll leave it to the court.
The possession charge, the POCS charge, I'll reduce it to $5,000 PR. I'm going to order monthly UAs. Probation will contact you to go in and get drug tested. If you come out positive for drugs or alcohol, I'm going to put you back in jail. Do you understand that? To show up when they tell you to show up, not when you want to show up. You understand?
Yes.
Bond on the Theft charge will be reduced to $10,000 cash surety. How long has he been in custody? 12 days?
That's correct, Judge.
Does he have any financial means to make bond? Jaime? Anybody?
Judge, we're still trying to reach the family. Like I said, most of his family is in Mexico, so we are struggling a little bit with that. But we're gonna keep trying, Judge, to see if that's obviously a little more reachable, but we'll see what they say.
All right, okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate your time.
All right. You bet. Thank you, Jaime.
Have a great day.
You too. Annalise C 3422-24-F, State of Texas versus Guadalupe Martinez.
Yes,
You
Judge.
speak English, Mr. Martinez, your attorney notified the court that she's in trial. So we're gonna reset this case either later this week or next week sometime, all right? Victoria Garrett, yeah, Victoria's here. Gonna call C 3435-24-J, State of Texas versus Fermin Perez Jr. You speak English, Mr. Perez? Okay. Victoria, there you are. Vice President, does speak English. Good afternoon, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. He's got a theft, I believe it's burglary of a building, and the bond is set at 20,000. And it's too high for the family to afford.
He's got a couple of out-of-county warrants, it looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a theft enhancement, Judge, but he has 2 fugitive warrants out of county, so that's our concern is that, I mean, clearly he's a fugitive out of another county, so if we let him out, I don't think we have any guarantee he's gonna stay here.
if he has a warrant, I'm not sure that he can be released until those are cleared up. Am I right or wrong about that?
There's a bond set on him.
Right. And
You
so,
have to make bond on those also.
Yeah,
yeah, and so for that reason, if he's able to make that bond, we're asking for a reduced bond on this case. The court can set whatever conditions it desires to ensure continued protection of the public.
Mr. Perez, you speak English, correct? What, how old are you, sir? 58? What city do you live in?
She's in trial.
How long have you lived in Donna? Where were you living before that? What city?
Chicago. Well, before that, I was living with my mom in Mission.
You have family here in Hidalgo County?
Yes.
Who lives down here? Your mom?
Yeah, my mom, my brothers, my sisters.
Understand, sir, you have a couple of warrants from another county. It looks like.
So that was like,
It's from
Cameron,
Cameron, they're both from Cameron County. There's warrants for you, okay? So if you get out, you're gonna have to go over there and take care of those because they're not gonna go away until you address them. So you'll speak to the attorney about it. I'm just telling you, you have those warrants pending. I can't take them away. They were issued by a judge over there. You need to address it with that judge, okay? You have bonds set on those cases. They're $2,500 each. So total of $5,000. Your bond on this case is $5,000. I'm sorry, $20,000. This is a theft, right?
yes, sir.
it's a theft enhanced, Judge, yes.
All right. I'm gonna reduce the bond on this case to $2,500 cash surety.
thank you, Your Honor.
Do not go back to that location. I think it was a Circle K or what was it?
I don't even know.
Don't go back there, you understand?
Can I find out where it is? I don't even know.
I'm also gonna order monthly UAs. Get drug tested. The location, let's see,
It was Circle K, Judge.
was a Circle K.
Mhm.
1813 East Business 83. Doesn't say what city. Okay, still go back there, all right? All right, good luck to you. Anything else,
Tony?
Victoria?
No, Your Honor, that's all the business I may be excused.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. I saw Juan Basan jumped on. We're gonna call C 3438-24-A, State of Texas versus Ashley Gonzalez. Ashley? You speak English, Ms. Gonzalez? Mr. Basan, your
Good
client is
afternoon, Judge.
present. She speaks. Good afternoon. You may proceed.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge General Basan on behalf of Ms. Gonzalez. Your Honor, Ms. Gonzalez is here before the court. I believe she has 6 cases before Your Honor. One of them is an aggravated robbery. Currently, the bond is $100,000 on that one. Next, she has 3 abandonments of a child, 2,000 cash surety on each of those 3, and then a possession of a controlled substance, which is a 2,000 cash surety, and a tampering, which is also 2,000 cash surety. All in all, I have her at $110,000 total as a cash surety. I'd like the court to take judicial notice of our appointment, Judge, as evidence of her indigency. In speaking to Ms. Gonzalez, she cannot afford the current bonds that are in place, Your Honor. She is a mother. She has kids as well. She's been in custody going on, I believe, 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more than that as well. Respectfully, Your Honor, we're asking for the court to consider lowering the bond on count 1 from $100,000 to about $20,000 if the court can consider, and if the court may consider PR bonds on the additional counts.
What says the state?
Judge, we're opposed to a bond reduction. The facts of the aggravated robbery are pretty serious. She was a co-conspirator in a case where the victim was stabbed multiple times, and this defendant drove off in the victim's vehicle. As far as the children are concerned, I mean, she was arrested and had narcotics, and she had her children, so I don't think she was very concerned about that then. And so we think $100,000 cash surety bond is appropriate due to those charges, Your Honor.
You have a chance to see the complaint, Mr. Basan?
No, Your Honor, I have not received it yet. I did request one. However, I believe that background checks were still pending at the time.
Allegations are that they lured an individual to purchase his vehicle, picked up your client. Another individual jumped in who she claims was her brother. They drove him to a location, stabbed him in the back, and left him there, drove off in his car. There's also, I don't know if you saw this, Ms. Vargas, but there was a request from DPS, Texas Rangers, a hold on her regarding another case. The facts on the abandoning and endangering of the children are alleged that she was parked outside of a hotel and her kids were in the pool unsupervised, running back and forth, crossing the street. I think the bonds are reasonable on those charges. They're at $2,000. Ma'am, I'm not asking you any questions yet, right? Did I ask you any questions? Okay. I don't think your attorney would want you speaking either. Do you, Mr. Bazan?
No, Your Honor. I would advise Ms. Garza not to speak to the court, respectfully.
Now I'm asking you questions. How old are you? Louder? 30? What city do you live in? Who do you live with? Do you speak louder? You have a job, ma'am?
Yes.
Where do you work?
Apex Primary Healthcare.
Where?
Apex Primary,
What do you do?
I take care of 2, an elderly lady and an elderly man.
You're a provider?
Yes. 40 hours a week. I had nothing to do with the aggravated robbery.
We'll leave the bonds as is on the other charges at $2,000 cash surety. The ag robbery. Are you on probation or parole right now, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
On the ag robbery will be reduced to $50,000 cash surety. All other bonds will remain the same. Monthly UAs, if you do make bond, ma'am, probation will contact you to get drug tested. You come back positive, you're coming back to jail. Do you understand me? No drugs, no alcohol. Also gonna order a curfew. Well, you know what, better yet, I'm gonna order AIP to be released to AIP officials only if she makes bond.
And Judge, can she have no contact with the victim or the co-defendant as a condition of bond?
No problem. No contact with the alleged victim. I don't know if you know him or not, but if you do or you don't, I don't want you calling him, texting him, or any form or fashion. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. No contact with the co-defendant, the other individual that was arrested with you. I don't know if it was your brother or your boyfriend. The report says it.
Can I speak? That guy,
Listen quietly, ma'am. Okay? You start talking about the facts of the case, you've got the state sitting right there on the other side, and everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So if you're gonna start confessing the stuff, it's not gonna help your case. You understand that? Your attorney had told you just a few minutes ago, he advised you not to speak. If I ask you a question, answer that question, okay? Was the individual that was with you your brother?
that, I don't know what that aggravated robbery.
My question is, was the person that was with you your brother?
My brother's not even beside here.
Bond will remain at $50,000 cash surety, AIP, no contact with the victim or victims. And no contact with the co-defendant. Anything else, Mr. Basan?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Judge. With that being said, may we be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. You have a good
Sit,
afternoon.
ma'am. You too. At,
Jen called, they said they would be logging in.
Mr. Vargas was at a hearing in the County Court Law number 3. He said he'd log on probably about 2:30. Carlos Ortegon, did you get on?
This. If you got a hold of everybody, the ones I gave you,
Okay.
and as for this one, she's in.
We're gonna call C 3436-24-J, State of Texas versus Joshua Benarbi. English, Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Your attorney is not present. I'm not sure where he's at. Logged on. Have you had any contact with him, or do you have a recommendation on this case, Annalise?
Judge, we weren't recommending a reduction because he was out on a bond for another evading in County Court 1 when he committed this new evading felony.
So you're opposed to any bond reduction?
Yes, Your Honor. Young.
Sir, where were you born? Where were you speak English?
Sir.
Where were you born?
Reynosa, Tamaulipas.
Are you a US citizen? Were you naturalized? Did you?
No, I was crossed over here when I was like,
Okay, no, that's not what I'm asking. So you don't have any status here.
I went to school here.
That's what I'm asking you.
No,
You don't have any legal rights to be in the United States, correct? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and, since your attorney is not present, the state's opposed to any bond reduction. We'll contact your attorney and reset your case for a later date, once we get a hold of your attorney. Right now, I'm gonna just leave the bond as is. Stephanie Salinas, you can have a seat, sir.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, come on up. Speak English, correct, Stephanie?
Yes, sir.
I'm okay
Your
with it.
attorney is Danny on both counts?
Yes, Judge.
Stephanie, how old are you?
30 years old, sir.
Where do you live?
Mercedes six.
You know your address where you received the mail?
Yes, sir.
What's the address?
1006 South Vermont, Mercedes, Texas.
Is that an apartment or a house?
It's an apartment.
Know the apartment number?
No, sir. It's housing.
Okay. You have a phone number?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
956-766-0359.
0359.
59.
Do you have a job?
No, sir. I'm disabled.
Okay. I'm gonna order one that you not go back to that location, which is a Walmart located at 411
In Tulsa, Texas.
Broadway. I guess it's in Elsa, doesn't say.
Yes, sir.
Not go back there, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Also gonna order that you have monthly UAs.
Yes, sir.
Probation will contact you to get drug tested, come back positive. You're gonna come back, sit in jail. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir. I do.
I'm gonna give you a PR bond on both counts. That'll get you released. We'll promise to appear at a later date at the courthouse.
Yes,
They're
sir.
gonna send a letter to that address.
Okay.
You need to get to show up at the courthouse. You don't show up, they're gonna issue a warrant for your arrest, and you're gonna come back to jail. Is that clear? Pins, no nothing. Is that
I
clear?
made a promise to myself.
All right.
Very much, sir.
Bond will be reduced to $2,500 PR on both counts.
Let's go.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
All right, good luck to you. Next case we're gonna call. Well, you know what? Carlos have to go to. Carlos, you there?
Yes, sir. Let me make sure. There we go. Okay. I'm ready,
We're
Judge.
gonna
Sorry, I
reset
had to fulfill my judicial duties, Judge. I apologize.
Okay, if you can just pull over, don't be driving, por favor.
I'm already on the side of the road, Judge.
All right, we're gonna recall C 3436-24-J, State of Texas versus Joshua Bernabe. Come on up, Mr. Bernabe. You speak English, correct?
Yes, sir.
The client's present. The state, we called it earlier. We were gonna reset it. The state's opposed to any bond reduction. He's out on bond on a previous evading on foot, out of court one and a possession charge. What are you asking, Mr. Orteguan?
Judge, I'm asking for at least 2,500 cash surety bond, Judge, with AIP, Judge, being that he's already had another offense and because of his youth and he's scared, Judge, and I told him that that's the worst thing he should be doing. But I believe to assure his appearance in court, Judge, a low enough bond cash surety, 2,500 cash surety with AIP should assure the court that he shows up to his future court hearings.
And we inquired of your client earlier, Mr. Orteguan. He's not a USC. I did not see an ICE hold on him. So if he makes bond, he'll be released. But he did indicate.
That's why I
he's
was
not a
that's why I
USC.
was asking for AIP, Judge, and
Living.
I live in Edinburgh.
or whatever
Who do
the
you
court
live with?
feels.
And my wife,
Who do you live with?
mom and wife,
Okay. You have a house or apartment?
house. The address?
Did you give them the correct address over there when they booked you?
No, because that's, I was staying somewhere,
What's your address?
8200, also Negative Street,
8200?
also Negative Street.
Also
Yes, sir. That's where I was,
in Edinburgh? Is that where you get the mail?
yes, sir.
The house or the apartment? We'll order monthly UAs. You come back positive for drugs or alcohol, we'll put you back in jail. Do you understand? I'll go ahead and reduce the bond to $2,500 cash surety to be released to AIP officials. What that means, sir, is you're gonna be under house arrest. You cannot leave your house unless you're going to work, going to the doctor's office, or if they give you permission. If they tell you, you see me speaking, you hear me?
Sorry.
Okay, wait till I finish and then I'll give you an opportunity. You're gonna be under house arrest. You need to tell them or ask them for permission tell them where you're going and ask them for permission. If they tell you no, then it's no. Is that clear? If they go check on you when you're supposed to be home and you're not there, that's a violation and you're gonna end up back in custody. Or if you're using drugs or alcohol, those are violations. You're gonna end up back in custody. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Cannot possess any firearms. Anything else, Mr. Ortegon?
Yes, sir.
Bond will be reduced to $2,500 cash surety.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
The last one we have is C 3411-24-A, State of Texas versus Marcelo Tijerina. English correct, Mr. Tijerina? Do you have a recommendation on him? Daniel Vargas is his attorney also.
$15,000 cash surety and no harmful contact with the victim.
Mr. Tijerina, how old are you, sir? Where do you live?
35,
A little louder.
37, 15 Sharon Street,
What's the name of the street? I can't hear you.
Sharon Street,
Sharon?
Sharon,
Sharon, what city is that in?
Ember.
Is that a house or an apartment? Who do you live with?
Right now I live alone.
Alone?
Yes,
Do you have a job, sir? Where do you work?
I work in a recycling center.
Where at?
They're on
What city?
Ember,
How long have you been working there?
for about 2 months.
Is there a protective order issued on this case? No, right?
I didn't see one in the paperwork, but I could be wrong. So I was just adding no harmful contact with a victim.
No harmful contact. Okay. They're gonna allow you to go back home if you make bond, but no harmful contact. What that means, if you get out of hand or get angry or start causing problems again, and they call the police, you could possibly be arrested again. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Unless you've got someplace else to go, I don't know. But they're gonna go ahead and allow you to go home, just no harmful contact. And that's exactly what it means. Don't go home and cause a scene. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Do these individuals live with you still?
No, sir.
They don't? Okay. You have any money to make bond, sir? Custody 24 years. I'm gonna be reduced to $1,500 cash surety. We're gonna order monthly UAs. Harmful contact with victim. With $1,500, with $200, you get out, sir, more or less. So call your family members, call somebody, see if somebody will help you with the bond. All right? It was at 20,000, 25,000, I reduced it to 1,500. All right? All right. Good luck to you. Go ahead and have a seat. They're excused, they can go ahead and take them. The other case we had,
Thank you, Judge. God bless.
Back to you, gentlemen. Annual release C 3414-24-J. Office and indicated that, I guess he had spoken to you and he was gonna file a non-suit.
Oh, yes, I
That's
spoke
your
to
law.
somebody. That's correct.
Okay. All we have.
Thank you,
Good
Judge.
seeing
May I
you
be
again.
excused? Good to see you. Bye.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.